You know Ana de Armas as a Bond girl, as Marilyn Monroe, as one of the most captivating actresses working today, but there are rare photos and untold stories from her journey that reveal a side of her most fans have never seen. These images show who she was before Hollywood knew her name, the obstacles she overcame, and the sacrifices she made to get here. Stay with this video till the very end, because what these rare photos reveal will completely change your understanding of her rise to global stardom. Ana did not start in Hollywood. She started in Cuba, in a completely different world with a completely different film industry. Early photos from her childhood would show a young girl growing up in Havana, in a place where becoming a Hollywood actress was not just unlikely but seemed almost impossible. The film industry in Cuba is small and isolated from the global mainstream. There were no agents, no path to international stardom, no clear way to make the leap to Hollywood. But she loved acting from a very young age and decided to pursue it even though the odds were stacked against her. Her first professional work was in Cuban film and television. Rare photos from this period would show a young actress working in productions with limited budgets and resources, learning her craft in an environment that was far from the glamour of Hollywood. She was already talented, already captivating on screen, but she was working in relative obscurity, unknown to the rest of the world. These early years taught her discipline, dedication, and how to create compelling performances even without big budgets or major productions. The decision to leave Cuba and move to Spain was one of the biggest and riskiest moves of her life. She left her family, her home, everything familiar, and moved to a new country where she did not have connections or guarantees. Early photos from her life in Spain would show someone starting over, learning a new market, adapting to a different culture, and working hard to build a career in European cinema. She took roles in Spanish films and television, slowly building a reputation, but she was still far from the global recognition she has today. What most people do not know is that she had to learn English essentially from scratch to have any hope of working in Hollywood. Imagine being an established actress in your own country, and then moving somewhere where you cannot even communicate effectively in the language. She spent years working on her English, studying intensely, practicing constantly, knowing that language was the barrier standing between her and the career she wanted. Rare photos from this time would show someone working with language tutors, practicing lines in English, and pushing through the frustration and exhaustion of trying to master a new language as an adult. Her first roles in Hollywood were small. She was often cast in parts that played on stereotypes or did not give her much to do. But she took them anyway because she understood that this was part of paying dues, of getting her foot in the door. Behind-the-scenes photos from her early Hollywood work would show someone grateful for every opportunity, working hard even in small parts, and determined to prove she could do more. The breakthrough role that changed everything came after years of grinding. When she finally got the chance to show her full range in a major film, she seized it with both hands. Rare images from that production would show someone fully committed, working with intensity and focus, knowing this was the opportunity she had been preparing for her entire life. The performance caught attention, opened doors, and suddenly Hollywood started seeing her as a leading actress rather than just a supporting player. But even success came with challenges. Being a Latina actress in Hollywood means constantly fighting against typecasting and limited opportunities. She has had to be strategic about the roles she takes, sometimes turning down offers that would have been easy money but would have locked her into narrow types. Photos from meetings and auditions would show someone making careful choices, thinking long-term about her career rather than just taking whatever is offered. What rare photos also reveal is how much she values her roots and her family despite living so far from home. Images of her visiting Cuba, spending time with relatives, and staying connected to where she came from show someone who has not forgotten her origins even as she has achieved global fame. These connections keep her grounded and remind her of why she started this journey in the first place. If you loved learning the real story behind Ana de Armas's rare photos and want more deep dives into your favorite stars' journeys, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Like this video, share it with someone who admires her work, and tell us in the comments which part of her untold story inspired you the most.